I wasn't actually aware that the campaign was starting for the vaccine, but I was really pleased when I heard that it was, because it is obviously a big concern for their future. Well, my understanding was that it will be offered to adolescent girls in the first instance, and then later on, probably 5th and 6th years just before they leave school, and that it prevents or helps to prevent the virus itself, which is obviously the cause of the cancer. I have heard of HPV. I know that it's the virus that commonly is the cause of cervical cancer. Obviously there's the issues that are around with the MMR vaccine, which did initially, that was kind of the first thought, oh gee whiz, here's this vaccine, what concerns is there going to be about that? But I think that my fears for cervical cancer are probably greater than that, so that kind of overrides any underlying fears that I do have. I'm extremely pleased that my daughter will be offered the vaccination. It is something I don't think that teenage girls tend to think about, and even into young adulthood I don't think that it's primarily in their mind. So I think that the earlier there's an education about it, which is obviously starting at adolescence, that's a great thing within itself, and obviously protecting them into from adolescence on into young adulthood, I think is tremendous. I've spoken to her and just checked out if she was okay about it, what her thoughts were, and it was a good opportunity, I think, because it's not something that mother and daughter really talk about. You talk about lots of things during adolescence, but cancer's probably not high on the priority list. So yeah, it was a good opportunity for her and I to sit down and talk about the impact and the importance for looking after yourself and taking responsibility for that. I think the first thing was, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to get an injection. That was our biggest fear. But I think that, she was, yeah, that's fine. If that's what's got to happen, that's what's got to happen. I think her only anxieties was around the injection itself. I think that's a natural reaction, for all teenagers to be, oh my goodness, I don't want this to happen. But that quickly passed, that kind of fear quickly passed, and then we were able to have a much more useful discussion about, the benefits of having it, and she was quite happy after we'd had that discussion. So I would recommend the vaccine to other mothers. I think that it's important that mothers and daughters do begin to talk about taking responsibility for themselves and preventing ill health. If they're able to act on that, then I think it's really important. And I think also, as I said, that discussion with their daughter is really important, because it's their future, and if we can do things to prevent ill health, then that's a really important thing.